So good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me very early in the morning. My talk today is all about digital innovation and what it actually means in the seed industry. For those of you who saw me last year in China, at the last APSA Congress, I am a newbie to this industry. I've been in this industry for only about 4 years, so I'm guessing that makes me the youngest of everybody involved. However, I do bring a lot of experience from the business world into this industry, and I think I have some insights that may interest you all. So I want to start with this. Any idea what that is? The young people probably don't even know what that is. For my generation, this is a page from a map, okay? A map of actually Los Angeles, if you can read that. And this is a page out of a book that looks like this. I spent a year in Los Angeles about, I don't want to say how many years ago, but that was many decades ago. And when I was in Los Angeles, this is what we used to get from point A to point B. Okay, it was called the Thomas Guide. I see that you're nodding, maybe you've seen this. The Thomas Guide was a book, was about this thick. And when I got to Los Angeles, I was given this book by a friend, and he tested me on this book to see that I know how to get from point A to point B, because Los Angeles back then was a small city compared to Mumbai. It was only 18.5 million people. Obviously, in Mumbai today, about 23 million. So I had to take this book with me in the car and plan my trip ahead of time. And here was the problem. Because obviously, when you want to reach from point A to point B in an 18.5 million people city, there are many ways to go. And I found one way to go from point A to point B, which took me there. But unlike Mumbai, Los Angeles has a lot of traffic. Mumbai obviously is very clear, as we all know. And I ran into traffic many times. And it took me much longer than I thought. And I remember thinking, there must be a better way to take me from point A to point B and show me the route. Well, guess what? I frequent Los Angeles quite frequently right now in my job. And I don't know about you, but I use this. Rings a bell? I use Google Maps, Google Waze. Takes me from point A to point B. But the good thing about this application is that not only does it hold all the maps of Los Angeles, this entire book in there, but it also finds the fastest route to reach from point A to point B. Now, imagine your work today, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. What if there was a way to get you from point A to point B in the best possible route? How much time would that save you in seasons, in making crosses that are unnecessary, and show you how to get to your ideal germplasm? Let's get to business in the best possible way. Well, there is such a way. Let's talk about this. So the point of this presentation about digital innovation is to take you from information net, just information, into actual intelligence and knowledge. So our agenda for today. First thing we want to do is we want to talk about digital innovation. What is it? What is it comprised of? Then we'll deep dive into the seed industry and what are the challenges that you are facing every day, actually. And then, with the time that I'll have left, I'll try to explore a little bit about Phenome Networks. We're the global leader software provider for the seed industry and the solutions that we provide for your industry. So, let's look at digital innovation. Actually, it's pretty simple. If you want to look at it, it looks something like this. Okay, maybe it's not that simple. Let's talk about this. So first we have data. Okay, what is data? Actually, data by itself, and this is something that's crucial to understand, is actually meaningless. There's no meaning to any data by itself. It's just records, points of knowledge, but has no meaning. I'll give you an example. What if a company made $1 million a year? Is that good or bad? I mean, I'm sure you're all nodding, but what if that company is Microsoft? Or NVIDIA, who's making $1 billion a day or whatever they're making. What if in our industry you have a fruit that has bricks of 30? Is that good or bad? We don't know. What are we looking for in bricks? So the data by itself is actually meaningless without context. You need to have context to your data. Otherwise, all you're doing is what's known as guesstimating. You're estimating, but you're actually guessing. So, and if you're using Excel, here's the big problem. I'm an Excel person. I love Excel. But there's no way to actually combine Excel spreadsheets. It's a very laborious thing, and I've been here, and I've been all over the world talking to breeders and variety testing managers. Excel is great, but it cannot account, and it cannot hold, and it cannot give you a good solution for the amount of data that you have. Many years of experiments, many different sites, many different locations, many different types of data. It's not the right solution. So this is data. Now, let's add to data the problem of digital. So we want to take all that pieces of data and we want to actually convert it into a digital data set that we can actually use. We want to make the data available to you, and you need to be able to use it. Again, think about the fact that you have 50 Excel spreadsheets and you're looking for a germplasm. How do you find it? It's actually not usable for you. And we need to make sure that we move from simply storing the data to actually being able to use it. Imagine you had all of your data in a single location, and you can reach it all. You can use it all. This is the future, and this is what we're offering. So the third circle is about models. And here we're getting to today and the future. We're talking about actually using algorithms, high-end algorithms, either AI-based or not, that actually can analyze the results of your testings and foresee the future, predict the future. You can get actionable insights. What if we told you that instead of just guesstimating, you need to cross this germplasm with that germplasm? That will be the perfect combination. This is where we're going with this. So we want to move from understanding the past into anticipating the future. Okay, imagine that there was an algorithm out there that would allow you to reach this beautiful corn, and it'll tell you the best way. Again, don't guesstimate. Go from point A to your end goal in the best possible route, shortest route, easiest route. Now, in the middle of all of these circles actually resides knowledge when you combine all three. So very quickly, knowledge means understanding what's happening and making sure that you get insights that you can use to move forward. So you can create this beautiful plant, meaning to do just that. And lastly, we're talking about people. At the end of the day, all working with people in the field, and what we want to do is want to make sure that we connect the people in the lab to the people in the field, to experts in all different areas. We want to capture and share the knowledge. So if one expert finds a great solution, he needs to be able to share it with his associates in the same company, of course, and we want to make sure that everybody innovates together. The power of the big crowds, 1 and 1 equals 4. And we want to make sure that everywhere physically they're located, they work together. So what I'm inviting you today to do is actually move from being reactive, look at the results and think what we can do with this, to becoming proactive, okay? And plan for the future. And look ahead and think about the data that you have and how we can actually reach our end goal and plan ahead.